Okay, I gotta understand. I gotta make a video about this. What the heck is going on with PGHL? We went from $107 and we go down to a buck 34. I want to look at the intraday time frame here. You could see right in here. I mean, look at this. Did anyone even catch this big spike up? I don't even know if this was on anyone's radar. But look at this. We went all the way up. Wow, pre-market. Um, you want to turn $219, and you can kind of see like yeah right in here. I don't understand this, but either way, did any if you bought this all throughout intraday, you're like, oh wow, this thing was really discounted, and you buy it all throughout the day, and you can see like wow, you just got wrecked and wrecked and wrecked. And you can see right in here, price gets, finally starts to come back up. And this is a 15-minute chart, so price will hit this EMA 20. Usually if it doesn't hit it all throughout this day, buying it near the end of the day is usually your best choice, and you can see why price tends to come back up. And then in the very least, we went to this EMA 10, made a nice little gain here. I mean, from here to here, this is a 64% return. So I'm looking at the daily chart here. It doesn't make me no surprise where if you look at the profile, this is a freaking Hong Kong stock, right? It makes no surprise to me that you see this big pump and drop. You'll see all these kind of companies do that in this area, Chinese and all that. So right in here, we had this big, massive pump, and then we come back down. So is this a good buy area? I mean, to me, this is more just throwing dice on the table, gambling. I don't see any setup. I don't see how anybody can interpret this unless you're just like, yeah, it's extremely undervalued. The only thing I can interpret is this big move down, looking at a 15-minute chart saying, hey, if you look at these EMAs, price has to come back to the EMA. Price has to revert to the EMA. So a 15-minute chart, price coming near the low of this green band, you can see price was never even close to this till near the end of the day. And if we just come up to this EMA 10, that's where you can get that big move up. And then I can also look at a 1 minute chart and say, are we near those lower bands too? And you can see, like when you have massive time distance from the 20, you get that move up. So, that's kind of what I can see. Honestly, I'm not really even getting a signal at this ATR4 on a 1 minute chart. So it really is a hard stock to even trade. I would just day trade it, if it has this big move up. But who's to say where this thing's going to go? But yeah, I mean, this thing went 64% on this little bounce here. So there's definitely a demand, and there's definitely a dead cat bounce that will probably happen. But in my experience, the dead cat bounces happen either in 1 to 2 days. But this does not have to have a dead cat bounce. Here's your first big day down. So this dead cat bounce can happen on the next day or the day after that. If it don't happen in those 2 days, then there is going to be no dead cat bounce. And I've seen stocks do big moves up, go down, and then just keep going down and down. And for example, CTNT was one of those plays where you had this massive move up where a lot of people were like, don't ever say this is cheap. When you had this massive move up, look at this. Big, 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 big move up. And then guess what? We went from 236 all the way down to 14. And then here is your small dead cat bounce. And that's really all it is. So big move down, first day, and then second day was your dead cat bounce. So from this low to here, about a 50% return if you caught the exact low, which is probably impossible. So there's really not that much margin. And then you can see down, 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 down. That's what's going to happen with this. Almost guaranteed that's what's going to happen. You're going to have this, probably this small little dead cat bounce. It's going to be, pretty good returns, probably the 50% return with a bounce like this. And then people are going to die out. The smart money is going to go to something else. So the reason why this is attractive because now it has lots of volume. There's a lot of demand. You can go to all the the sites. This thing is trending, rightfully so. I mean, look at this. It went from 107 to buck 34. Yeah, people were like, "What's going on?" You can look at the news. Um, didn't really see anything. Maybe we can read something. I'm looking at this all with you live data here. I gotta put my email address in, but you can read some of these articles to see. But I didn't really get into it to see really what's going on with this. It's halted trading's pause. Yeah, not really much knowledge about it. Unless you guys see something, let me know in the chart or in the YouTube comments below. But other than this, I'm a technical standpoint guy. Unless the news is like not like in terribly bad, where if it's bankruptcy news, if it's going to the OTC land, I don't want to mess with it, right? But yeah, during looking at the chart, I mean, the first things first is price is going to revert to the EMA 20 on a 15-minute. Usually, if it doesn't do that in a whole, obviously with a big sell-off like this, it's going to be very delayed. This 15-minute is going to take some time to get hit. So what I would like to see is price close to this ATR4, which is my Keltner channel. I say ATR4 because that's the setting I use. It's very good. It means it's extremely oversold if it hits this, and that's why you see price have a bounce. Price have a bounce up from there. So, and then, that's what we get. We get this big bounce up. And so I would like to see price there, or just look at the 1 minute to see, okay, can we get near this too with some time distance? You see how price gets away from this EMA 20, you see price come back up to it. And that's really what you want to see in that scenario. So I know there's a lot of eyes on it. For me, it's more of a gamble. It doesn't meet my system. The daily candle is not even close to this green band, and it won't for some time. This green band will not get hit because it's going to take a long time for this green band to correct to it because indicators lag. When you have a big move up, you can see how the bands all fluctuate, right? They're all distorted. So you're just going to use basic price action. The best way I would trade it is a lower time frame. I like the 15-minute. Look to see this EMA 20 getting hit. And I like to see, well, what's that range to the EMA 20? It's about a 28%. Obviously, as price goes down, it's going to go down with it. So that's why trading it near these levels will give you that massive room up to that. Yeah, let me guys know what you think about this. This is one of the most trending stocks right now. I mean, it's down 98%. It's one of the biggest moves downs we had, but it doesn't make me. It's no surprise though. It's a Hong Kong. I mean, it makes no surprise to me that they do this all the time. I don't even know how they're allowed on these exchanges, but that's besides the point. If you guys do want to join the Discord and know when I get in trades, we had a really nice week last week before Thanksgiving, making tons and tons of plays. We are at 100% win rate, last week. This whole month has been just absolute solid. This whole year has been really good. Doing this exact system, what I look for is trading with the trend or trend reversals. And as you can see, this daily candle, I don't see really how much people could trade this. It doesn't really meet my system. But you can see, like, for example, you can see why does this sell off? It hits the upper band. So this would be a trend reversal, like price coming back down to the reversion of the mean. I love to trade reversion of the mean because that's the one thing that's going to happen. Price will hit the EMA 5, 10, and 20. It's a guarantee. It's going to hit it. And so what I either look for is price to be super overextended, like a pattern like this. Obviously, I wouldn't trade because it's Hong Kong. They can squeeze way much, but they can also dump big. And then I look for price to follow the trend, right? So if you do want to join, if you want to see how I do this system, click the link down below in the YouTube comments below. Join the premium Discord. It'll say join the premium Discord. It'll be pinned. It'll be in the description. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. What you want to do, you're not a member yet. If you want to subscribe, please read how to subscribe. If you have an Android, you will have to use a computer or your phone's browser, and it will opt you in to subscribe. And it's actually best to do that because you avoid the iOS fee. They're having problems with Androids, but I describe everything in here. Avoid scammers. I'll never message you, DM you, or trade your accounts. And you can also read the testimonies of how lots of people have been doing good. But if you hit the day trade alerts, that's the easiest way to subscribe. It'll give you access to the full tier. It's only $12 a month. You get access to day trades and swing trades for an all-time low cost on exactly what I plan to do. For example, this screenshot right here was a day trade. I'm doing puts right here on this EMA 20, and due to the fact of we had I talk about an orb, but yeah, if you guys want to learn it all, I have the day trading education. Watch these videos along with the swing trading education videos, and you'll see how I look to find these plays that have high probability setups. But yeah, and then I also have swing trade alerts that I alert. But this is PGHL. I just want to talk about it for me and my Discord. I'm not looking to get into this. Sure, it can go up massive. Sure, it can get a dead cat bounce within 1 to 2 days is all I would give it. If I don't give it to then I would not look to be in this trade much longer. The thing I would look for is that 15-minute reversion to the mean. That's really what you want to target here. And then you can see when price gets super low near this lower band, that's where you look for the entry. That's where you're just not randomly guessing. This is the best way to not just throw a dart, but be like, okay, we know what's going to happen. The smaller time frames are going to revert to the mean the fastest. So you can see on a 1 minute, price goes to the EMA 20 fast. On the 5 minute, you can see how we hit this lower band and we started reverting to this EMA 20. And then that's what's going to happen to the 15-minute. I like the 15-minute because it's a little more higher time frame and gives you a little more higher signal. Like you can see when price, we haven't just quite done, but when it gets close to this, you're going to get a nice bounce. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys in the next videos, and I hope to see you in the Discord and let's make some money. Peace out.